hello, sir.
Oh, hi.
It's Gordon Freeman's on the set, everyone. Peter Brown.
Hey, he spoke words.
Downtown Peter Brown, good point. Downtown Peter Brown,
Yes.
you were not the individual who reviewed Donkey Kong.
No.
What's the official title again?
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Donkey
Danny.
Kong Country.
Yes.
Tropical Freeze.
Pretty much nailed
You've got a weird accent. I don't know what
Yeah.
that's.
It's just the way I was raised. It's, you know, a
right.
Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
I wasn't sure when I moved over here
Sounds
if that was
strange.
just like a European pronunciation, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Mark Walton in our UK office obviously reviewed the game.
Yeah.
But you've played a bunch of it as well.
I've played a little bit, yeah, and I quite enjoy it. I'm a fan of the old games, and this is, you know, it takes a lot of the stuff that made those great and that made Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii great, and just runs with it. You know, there's a lot more of it. Yeah.
All right, let's hop straight into it. We got it right here.
Let's do it.
Kong it. Kong it up.
Bam, 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 bam.
Kang it up.
This is how you get out of an airplane.
Yes.
Look
This
at
is
that.
like the opening scene of Lost.
The tip, just the tip of the aircraft fell off. Look at that. How unfortunate. Are you Donkey
Whoa.
Kong?
Out of
There
there.
you go.
Oh, it's Donkey and Old Man Kong.
What's Old Man Kong called again?
Cranky.
Kang, sorry. Cranky Kang.
Yeah. So
Give us a skivvy on this.
this is a side-scrolling action platformer. I mean, it's very much what the Donkey Kong series is traditionally known for.
Donkey Kong Country.
A Donkey Kong Country series. Sorry. Yeah. Very different from traditional Donkey Kong, of course. You know, Mark Walton found that this game had a few issues. I'm not going to, you know, dispute, you know, his opinion, but
He's full of crap.
well, you know, better you than me, Chris. No. I mean, you know, not everyone likes games for the same reasons. I like this game because it sticks to what it does best, which is sort of traditional platforming. And you know what? I really like what it does. The level design is great, although I can't really hear it right now. The soundtrack is done by David Wise.
Okay.
The gentleman who did a lot of work for Rare back in the days, the guys who made the first Donkey Kong Country series games. And yeah, and he's back, and he is just one of the best video game composers out there by far.
Got a question here from Twitter from
Let's do it.
Rob Ruffley-Yo, who asks, would you consider the new Donkey Kong Country is a must-have for the Wii U?
Yes, if I own a Wii U, this is a game that I would buy. I don't own one yet.
But
You're
what's wrong with the video game press.
What, that I don't get paid enough? And
More
I
like
can't oh wait, no, never
Nintendo. Yes.
Yes. No, I think this game is fantastic. It's amazing with two people, you know, playing, and that's really where I think it's enjoyed best.
Can you drop in with a second person at any time?
I don't believe so. You actually have to back out of the menu and choose two players.
Yeah, that was a choice when I was setting this up before the show to choose single player or
Yeah.
two player.
Now, I mean, right now this is the very start of the game, so it's introducing a lot of the rules to me. You know,
Yes.
the different mechanics.
Monkeys can swim.
Monkeys can, in fact, swim,
I already
and
knew
fish
that.
don't
Directly
like
into a
monkeys.
Fish are dicks. Hate them.
But so as you progress, though, the game gets much more difficult, and you know, the environments are you know, more hazardous. And well, hell, a turtle just killed
your
me,
face
so I
chopped
shouldn't
by
really
a
Face
turtle.
stuffed off.
Don't worry, you have plenty of
I
balloons
got all my
to
balloons.
pull
Yeah.
you up from the underworld.
As
knew
in
we
real life, balloons equal resurrection.
I knew I should have gotten the budget to get Mark Walton flown over to play this. Peter Brown, you disappoint me again.
Yeah, well.
We got a question from A_Halaves.
Yes.
It's my favorite part of the show, by the way, just reading out people's dumb names. What's the best character to play as in Donkey Kong?
That's that dude's real name.
I hope it's not. I'm so sorry. If that's a real name, you're a beautiful.
Suck it, Arthur.
In fairness, the guy called O'Dwyer was the person who said that.
Isn't A. Halaves like Cynthia's friend?
Is it?
Our community manager's friend?
Sorry,
Yes.
Cynthia.
We've all met that guy. So I'd say
Except for Danny Kang over here.
except for Danny Kang, yeah. I'd say either Diddy Kong or Dixie Kong. You can watch me right now. I've got Diddy Kong on my back, and he gives you a little bit of hang time midair.
Diddy Kang, yeah.
Yeah, Diddy Kang. Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Chris's accent's rubbing off on me. Cranky Kong has a. What am I doing? Oh, there we go.
Why next? Listen
He's
to the
got
pig.
like a little bit of a cane that lets him bounce on spikes and other hazards, you know, free
Like
from
a
harm.
Scrooge McDuck style.
As you
Yeah.
beat up young punk apes
Yeah.
back in my day. Teacher would
Except
cane
you have
me.
to stop with him. You have to finish the level by 4 p.m. because then it's
So that whole thing rising from the background right there, that large tree, those are the sort of effects that give this game a lot of personality and charm. And you know, it's yes, the gameplay is rather traditional, but the set dressings are really great, I think.
I always find it weird that like these games kind of pull off we're just basically doing what we did in the past, but it looks better in a way that like the Sonic games have never been able to achieve?
I think that might be because these games embrace what worked and don't try to innovate just for the sake of innovation.
Right.
Sonic, for whatever reason, Sega's decided to, put into all these different, roles and give them a lot of different tools to use, and they just don't work as well as the simple formula that, frankly, worked so well in the past.
They're trying to make him a Mario. They should have just made him a Donkey Kong.
Well, they should have kept him a Sonic.
Well, I'm using the Nintendo metaphor here, man. You gotta stick with me.
I get what you mean. It's but I don't know. This is not the first. Wasn't there a DK game that came out last year as well?
Yeah, Donkey Kong
this
Country
time?
Returns on the Wii, and then it was ported to the 3DS.
Right.
I didn't play that version, but I did play the Wii version. It had some, like obligatory motion controls that weren't necessary because there was a button that went unused.
Yeah.
But the level design was great. The music, although not by David Wise, I believe was still, again, really good.
Are there much fundamental differences between this game and that game?
Well, Cranky Kong and Dixie Kong, the girl, sorry, Cranky Kang and Dixie Kang, the girl Kang.
Thank you.
They're new additions, and that's pretty much it.
So Diddy does the jetpack thing. Does Dixie do the helicopter?
Yeah, I mean,
maneuver?
her and Diddy are exactly like they were in the past, and Cranky Kong is sort of the only real new character to the series that's playable.
I've got a question here.
Let's hear it.
From
Say the name. Pronounce it right.
Pade Jaloza, which I just want to make a special effort to say is a really wonderful, beautiful name. What does Dixie Kong do? He or she is asked via Twitch.
Yeah, so she can jump, and like Diddy, she can hover by spinning her hair around in a copter-like motion.
Just like real
really
lady
want to make
apes.
a Willow Smith joke now, but I feel like that's not pertinent.
Wait.
Not with it.
Yeah.
Kid_Yume on Twitter. Fantastic name, your parents. Great choice. Do you think Donkey Kong will rival the Mario game when it comes to multiplayer gameplay? In terms of local co-op.
Well, it's
Super Mario 3D
World.
are we talking about?
Yeah, so that's a 4-player, full 3D Mario game that is a lot of fun to play. It's a different type of co-op experience. I think that's more about the cooperation aspect or even the trolling aspect of different players. This game punishes you pretty heavily for missteps. So this is solely focused on cooperative play. Trolling has no place here and isn't actually that easy to do.
This is more of a traditional co-op. You are just along for the ride kind of situation.
Mario is very much a playground in a lot of respects.
Peter Brown, I want to ask you some questions about the Nintendo Wii U. We have a bunch of conversations in the office about this a lot.
Let's do it.
DK here, which stands for Donkey Kong, of course, is biggest release of 2014 for the Wii U so far. We've got Bayonetta coming out, Bayonetta 2 rather.
Yeah, Super Mario 3D World as well.
Oh, was that actually at this calendar year?
I guess that was November.
Yeah,
sorry, that was November.
How do you think games like this are going to impact on the sales of the Wii U, which is obviously suffering a lot at the moment?
Yeah, so for me personally, this is one of the biggest games, the most interesting games coming out this year. I don't know that this is going to be the sort of thing that's going to sell people on the Wii U. Again, I think everyone has their favorite series, and maybe there's some people who really love Donkey Kong Country and will pick up a Wii U for it.
Yeah.
I'm considering it, actually, and I've wanted one for a while, but this is actually the first game that's gotten me to seriously consider what I'm missing. I've played a bunch of it in the office, but I've not been able to take it home and really play around with it. That said, I think it's going to be the tail end of 2014, maybe 2015, when games such as Monolith Soft's big RPG X comes out. That's really going to tip a lot of people off to what the Wii U has to offer, which, the hardware is powerful-ish compared to PS4 and Xbox One.
It's not unpowerful.
No, but the software is where it needs to succeed.
I know a lot of people talk about the this concept of the killer app keeps getting thrown around.
Yeah.
With the Wii U, it seems more like what they are going to have is a library of full of games that people eventually, almost like Chinese water torture style, you just eventually want to get one.
They're going to wear you down.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think about it?
Well, I think we sort of talked about this a little bit with the Xbox One and the PS4, is that with the advent of Titanfall, is that going to be the thing that shifts the needle for the
Yes.
Xbox One, bringing it more in line with PS4 sales? I think that looking ahead this year, it's going to be the multiplayer titles that are really going to get people to be like, oh, like my friend has this game, I want to be able to play it at my house, I want to have my friends over and play it. Mario Kart and Smash Brothers.
I forgot about, yeah, of course, they're both coming out.
Oh,
I think those,
shit.
Compared to Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, this game is lovely and it looks great and it's a lot of fun. But that like multiplayer aspect, I think, in terms of not only in terms of like helping like evangelize. Like if you come over to my house, like maybe we're gonna play this game, but if we have Mario Kart or Smash Brothers, we're definitely gonna play that, and multiple people can play that. You can have a bunch of people over to play it. So I think that it's just gonna it has a potential to exponentially multiply the amount of people that are getting their hands on a Wii U, and that's always the most powerful, motivator is like when you actually play it and actually have fun playing it.
You make good
Wii
points.
Sports was one of those games where you needed people invited in to play it, so
Yeah.
that's how it kind of spread. Like almost like a virus, where like people were playing it in their friend's house, and then they got one. They're like, "Oh, you got to come over and play this thing,"
I can't believe I forgot about Mario Kart and Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Those are two really important games, actually. I'd say maybe those more than this, or maybe just the trio might tip the scale for a lot of people who are
That's
unsure.
certainly the trio of like Nintendo stuff, but I think you're right, Peter. I mean, you mentioned Bayonetta and that X game from Monolith Soft.
That's going to be huge.
Those games have they're more of like the cult hit kind of games that like really have the chance to sort of, take off and be part of the conversation online. Like those are the games that people come back to GameSpot like over and over again looking for stuff. And joining forums and talking about it. Like it's those deep games, those games that are unique, that really sort of can catch on to people sometimes.
And I feel like Nintendo more than anything at the moment needs to shed themselves of if not the reliance, the perceived reliance on their stalwarts, their like traditional Marios and Donkey Kongs and whatnot.
They just need to branch out a bit. I mean, they've done, they were able to do it a little bit on the Wii, but not strong enough. I think the Wii U, with the titles you guys just talked about, will help them quite a bit.
Awesome. Peter Brown, thank you very much for coming on and showing us. What's this game called again?
Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze.
Fantastic, yeah. So if you're doing Jeopardy at any stage in the future and a question comes up about this video game, you know what to write there.